Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Jason and my buddy Nick. We're here with from Bourbon and Ales, CLE. We're gonna do another tasting today. We're gonna do our Jefferson's bourbon. So we have Jefferson's Reserve, and we have Jefferson's single barrel. And we're also gonna do our house spotlight. We're gonna do Market Garden, Nano, and we're also gonna do a little surprise in the middle, I guess. So. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start off with the Jeffersons.
Why is it named Jefferson?
So Jeffersons, that's a good question, Nick. So Jefferson's is actually named after Thomas Jefferson because he was an inventor that was very creative. And Trey, who is the master distiller from Jefferson's, he blends bourbons together, and he decided Thomas Jefferson is a good guy to name it after because
just like Thomas Jefferson would do.
Perfect.
Because he loves America.
He loves America, absolutely. So Jefferson's is also made out of Kentucky Artisan Distillery, which is on the outskirts of Bardstown and all your Whiskey Row. It is a very tiny distillery. I was actually just there this past weekend, and they do make their own bourbon there, but they make a blend of other bourbons. They source things from elsewhere, and they bring it in, and Trey creates his own bourbon.
Is that a normal thing for them to do?
It's normal for Jefferson's. It is not normal for most bourbon for most distilleries, because most distilleries make their own bourbon there.
Okay.
So.
Is that all of them you're talking about, or is there some sort of a difference?
The single barrel comes straight from Jefferson's, what they make at Jefferson's.
Okay. So that's some of the taste profiles are going to come through a little bit differently because of that?
I think it's going to be a little stronger, a little more spicier on the back. So.
Now, when you say stronger, do you mean stronger like more alcohol?
Higher proof.
Okay, so higher proof and more taste notes?
Yeah, it's going to be deeper wood notes from the barrel because it's been sitting in the barrel. It's going to be, the cool thing everybody knows about a single barrel is each time it tastes a little different.
Ah, okay.
So every barrel tastes a little
interesting.
different.
So now these barrels, they all aged on land?
So they actually have Jefferson's Ocean as well.
Okay.
So Jefferson's Ocean, in case you don't know, is actually aged at sea. So they put it on a fishing charter, and it goes around the country, around the sea, wherever they take it. They started off with a regular bourbon, then they did a rye. Now they have a wheated bourbon. That their Voyage 29 is their most recent one.
Interesting.
The cool thing about it is when it goes on the ship, is it tosses around, it gets spun up, the ocean air goes with the bourbon, and it actually has more contact with the barrel because it's splashing around within the barrel, creating more surface area to have contact with the barrel.
So now these sailors, these fishermen, do they have any troubles with the barrel? Is it bouncing around, or do they get thirsty? They kind of take a sip every once in a while?
So the very first time Trey decided, was one of his college buddies. He said, well, you got a boat. Maybe we can drink on our boat and put a barrel on there. And and we'll go around and we'll go from country to country and try our bourbon and see how it ages on the boat. Well, Trey stayed mainland. 4 or 5 years came by. The boat came back. Well, he put 2 barrels on there. One was gone. One was full.
Where did the gone one go?
I'm thinking the sailors got a little thirsty.
Got a little thirsty.
Yeah.
Why is the rum always gone?
Yeah.
Trying to get a little bit of Jefferson's in there instead?
Yeah. So the other barrel ended up being a little dark, like it was almost a black color.
Yeah.
So he made a little adjustments, and you got what you got today.
Well, these colors here look beautiful. What did you say about these colorations for this bourbon?
Well, Jefferson's is their economy brand, I guess. This is a blend of actually 4 bourbons. It's their lightly aged bourbons. That when we get to the Jefferson's Reserve, that's a blend of 4 bourbons as well, but they're higher aged.
Okay, so like aged for a longer period?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's going to be your daily driver, and then you got the Ferrari and the Lamborghini.
Sounds like a good comparison. Yeah.
All right, let's test that motor oil.
Let's taste it. By the way, if anybody's new to the channel, if you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. My buddy Nick over here also has his own channel. It's called
Market Fund 2K.
Absolutely.
If you need some financial advice, I don't give financial advice, but I do financial entertainment.
Absolutely. Everybody can make some more money, right?
That's right. I just subscribed to Jason today. It felt great, and it was low calorie.
Low calorie. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna try the this is just a regular Jefferson's. So first thing you want to do when you're tasting a bourbon is, especially if you're from Kentucky, you want to do what they call the Kentucky Chew. So, Nick, do you know what the Kentucky Chew is?
I spit my bubble gum out a couple minutes ago.
Okay.
You're gonna have to show me again.
All right. So we do a nose smell first. So what do we smell in the bourbon? We got some. Of course, all bourbon has some caramel, some oak.
I'm trying to breathe it in harder and harder, but I mostly smell the alcohol because I'm not well versed in these taste profiles. Although I do see the bourbon does stick to the glass a little bit and it comes down, just like is this the legs?
Legs, yeah.
Legs. I thought legs was for wine only, but I can see some legs here.
Yep. So again, this is going to be lightly aged. It's not going to be aged for very long. It's what proof? I believe it's 90 proof. Oh, I'm wrong. 82.3 proof. So it's going to be a little lighter.
I smelled that 82.3 proof. I agree. I concur.
So we do got some brown sugar on the nose. We have some. I do smell a little bit of oak. As with most bourbons, you get a little bit of sweet smell. But so the Kentucky Chew, the way we do the Kentucky Chew is with your mouth open, you take a smell of the bourbon, take a sip,
now are we supposed to spit this out?
not like mouthwash. So you actually swish it in your mouth like it's mouthwash, and then you actually chew it, like it actually coats your tongue. You get a really good taste of the bourbon.
I'm looking out for what you were talking about before, the brown sugar and the caramel notes.
Anything?
I think I might be tricking myself into it. I think I might have tasted that. But I think it just tastes like a nice bourbon. So I'm not as advanced as the master here, but I think it tastes pretty nice.
It's not a bad bourbon. It's it's definitely on the budget side. Retail, I think it's $30-$40 roughly. So you're gonna, if you wanted my true opinion, I think that you can find some better bourbons around that range. But I do think that Jefferson's is a solid choice.
Better than this. It's even got the cool little picture in there.
Absolutely. You can always use a picture of Thomas Jefferson, right? He's an American icon.
Third president. Is that right? That's
yes.
right?
I think so.
I guess it's not a history channel.
What is it? Monticello or something? Monticello or whatever. Somewhere it's where I think that's where he came from.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what his house is called. I don't know.
I did not know that, but I do know that he's a good guy. And he didn't make this bourbon, but he inspired it. Cheers.
He does some pretty hefty pours. You should probably do some light ones.
Yeah, I've been swirling for a while. It's still sitting there looking beautiful. That great color.
So I think that when we go to the Jefferson's Reserve, I think you'll taste a little more body to it.
Okay.
So
okay, I had to remember to smell with my mouth open. What does that do exactly?
So your senses, your nose and your mouth work together. So if you smell with your mouth, you get all those senses working together.
Oh, I wasn't letting my nose do its job. Alrighty, I'm gonna try that chew one more time. Oh wait, do you have to chew every time, or is it
only the first time?
Oh man, I almost messed up again.
Yeah.
One chew only. All right. Woo!
We're gonna be a little drunk after this, I think.
Might want to pour a little bit less. We still got to get through these beers. Well,
You know.
luckily I brought a snack. Do you want a meat stick?
Oh, you brought some meat sticks.
Yeah, I figured since we were tasting bourbon, we could also taste some gas station meat. If you'd like to partake.
So what kind of meat did you bring?
Mystery.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, this is a Mark Smoky from beautiful, sunny Cleveland, Ohio. I'm not sure if you're supposed to chew it or smell it, but I think we can just cheers and go.
Cheers. Or, never mind.
That's some quality meat. Yeah, a little less on the pour next time.
Mm-hmm. That was a heavy pour.
Mm-hmm. Does meat go well with bourbon?
Sure.
It's salty.
It's going to alter the taste a little bit, I think.
Uh-oh. Well, should we switch to a terrible beer then? Or is that going to make it worse?
We don't necessarily have to do all of them. But
how do we cleanse our palate? What do we do?
The meat stick.
All right. Okay.
So, again, if you like the channel, I know this is we're doing this live, we're doing this off the hip, so it's a little informal, but if you like it and you want to see more, just subscribe, so.
Oh, yeah, there's that little bell icon. Don't forget about that. I pressed that on, like, some other channel. It's super cool. It'll, like, send you a notification every time a new video comes up. You won't miss anything.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Bell icon. All right. So you want to do another one of these, or you want to do one of these?
So, let's take the last sip of this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll skip right to the single barrel. We'll skip this. We'll skip this one.
All right. Let's get to the good
Yeah.
stuff.
All I gotta say about the Jefferson's Reserve is it's very similar to the regular Jefferson's. It's the only difference is the main difference is aged a little longer. So this is a selection of probably I would say 3 or 4 year bottle or barrels. This is this one's aged the selection of higher aged barrels. The single barrel is 1 barrel that is picked. This is actually a private barrel pick that one of my buddies did. He has a bar on the west side of Cleveland, and this is the barrel that he personally went in and picked. So, really excited to try it.
You're gonna let me try it too?
Absolutely.
Man, I'm lucky. You gotta give everybody a tour of your bar one of these times soon. There's a lot of cool bottles up there.
I do. I have quite a bit.
Yeah.
Probably not as much as some people, but
well, more than me. My bar consists of a weird beer that we might try later. All right, zebra stripes down the pipes.
So once again, Jefferson's Reserve single barrel comes from 1 barrel, hand selected by Trey. Trey does not do many single barrels, so it's a little hard to find because it's got to really match up to his taste and what he expects of a single barrel. So they are hard to find in the market. The easiest way to get them is to do a barrel pick with Jefferson's at the Kentucky Artisan Distillery, but of course that costs a little bit of money.
That's their home distillery, correct?
It is Kentucky
Okay.
Artisan Distillery, yeah.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's about an hour, I'd say an hour away from Buffalo Trace, which, you know, everybody knows Buffalo Trace, so.
Very cool.
All right.
So what's this technique you're doing here? The wetting the cork?
Yeah, I like to do that because I like when I take the cork out, I like to, you know.
Okay.
Give it a little smell, see if I can see what it's going to smell like.
The precursor to the chew.
Yeah. We're just going to do a tiny pour here because
that's good stuff.
We're drinking a lot, so.
And how many years is this one aged?
There's no age. Is there? I don't think there's an age statement on it specifically, so it can be any time.
Okay. And the proof on this one?
What's that?
The proof on this one?
Proof is 100 proof. So we're going up about, what is it, 14? Yeah, this one's 80, so 80 18 proof.
Okay. This one's the rocket fuel.
Yep. So, the sweet spot for bourbon typically is around 90 proof. A lot of people like 90 proof because it's smooth on the palate. It's easy drinking.
So this one's going to be less smooth? Is that what you're insinuating?
If you're not a seasoned bourbon drinker.
I'm certainly not. I don't know. Why don't you lead us off? Tell us how to do that chew one more time.
We only do it once.
You just don't go like when you're switching over either?
No, you just do it once.
Wow, man.
Just coat your tongue. So.
Oh, be a monkey's uncle. That's twice I would have messed this up. Thank you, sir.
So the smell on this, it's definitely got more body, more cinnamon taste, not cinnamon taste, cinnamon smell to it, I think. It's definitely deeper than the first one.
Okay, I think I am smelling something a little more complex, a little more meaty for the main course.
A little more meaty. Could it be that meat stick that you just had?
That could not be it. Again, there's a lot of complex notes in here, so I would love to pick out individual ones, but I definitely smell there's something in there, something brewing. What'd you say that was again? I was looking for the brown sugar and the caramel.
I actually smell a lot of cinnamon in here. Do you smell something like Big League, like the cinnamon bubble gum when you were a kid?
Okay.
I smell it a little bit. The one where you like eat the wrapper and everything, you put it in your mouth, you know?
I never ate the wrapper, that's why I'm not smelling
Big
it.
Red, I think it's called. Yeah.
Right on. Are we ready to taste it?
Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
And everybody at home, wherever you may be.
That is just so good. It's got that little burn that you want going down. You don't really get much of that from the regular Jeffersons. The single barrel, you get a little bit of it sticks with you a little longer.
I have to come hang out with you more often. This is some extremely good bourbon.
I'll tell you, I went for a tasting at Jefferson's last weekend. I actually went with the buddy that did the single barrel pick, and we got to try 8 of their bourbons, and the lady brought out 8 of their bourbons. She's like, you guys can taste whatever you want and however much you want. So
that's a pretty good tasting. Taste as much as you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was very impressed by Jefferson's. I know Jefferson's is not a hot item that people don't really look for on the shelf, but try it out. It's pretty good. Give it a chance.
I'll try it out. You got an extra one I could have?
I mean, I do, but
all right.
I don't know that you can have it.
Well, I got money.
Do you have beef sticks?
Yeah, we got way more beef sticks in here.
Maybe we could trade for some beef sticks.
The beef market is hot. All right, we're doing the last sip tradition.
Cheers. So I definitely get more of the oaky flavor than the first one. It's more hot on the back than the first one. Do you think?
Yeah, I was a little bit worried when it came out that triple digits proof that I was going to be when it came through, but I was like pleasantly surprised. Actually, pretty smooth. Yeah,
it's good. It's very good. This is probably one of my favorite bourbons right now.
And it has to be my favorite because it's the first time I've been on the channel trying them.
Exactly.
So if I say that every week, then we might have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
But this one's been great so far.
All right. So just a quick recap of the Jeffersons. We have the regular Jeffersons, which is a lightly aged blend of 4 bourbons. We have the Jefferson's Reserve, which is also a blend of 4 bourbons, but it is a aged longer. Trey picks them out of the rick house, and they're aged longer. Single barrel, exactly what it says. Single barrel bourbon comes from 1 barrel, hand selected by Trey. So, if you're ever in the Kentucky area, check out Kentucky Artisan Distillery. They make some really great bourbons. They also do some collaborations where they age some of their bourbons in wine barrels. They have one where I think it's port wine. They actually do a chef collaboration where they partner with a chef and they create a bourbon.
Oh, do they have any recipes that you can mix these up in and make some good mixed drinks?
They do. So the Jefferson's Reserve, they have a recipe on their website for the Manhattan out of the Jefferson's Reserve. There's a recipe for this one too. I don't remember exactly what it is.
All right, well, let's not bury the lead. Are you going to give them a score out of 10?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Yeah.
For all three combined, or which one's the 7?
This one I would rate higher. This one I would say is I would give that an 8 out of 10.
Hey-o. All right, this middle one, is that your 7?
Yeah. This one I'd probably give a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
5 out of 10.
All right.
It's not great. It's definitely not great, but you know, it would go well as a mixer if you're going to mix it with something, or if you're going to do anything neat or anything on the rocks. These two would be the way you want to go for sure.
Well, I only tested 2, so I can give you some scores if you want.
Go ahead.
All right, we're going 9.5 here, 9.0 here. I'd like to start a little bit low to give me some room to bump it up.
All right.
Haven't gotten to that 10 yet. Ready for a change of pace?
Yeah. We're going to go to those next.
Oh, you still want to do these ones?
It's up to you.
Ooh. No. Well, let's just show what we're thinking about doing that, and then not do it because they're kind of gross.
Okay.
So I brought over some beers. I don't know if you can see this very well here, but this is the Jim Beam Kentucky Cooler Punch. Strawberry version. Someone told me it was gross, so I took it home from the party. And then they sent me home with a The Beast Unleashed Hard 6.0. I think we might pass on those for right now and skip right to the state of Ohio.
Ohio Spotlight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, don't forget we have to do our palate cleanser in between. Beef stick.
Beef stick.
There we go. Now we're ready for a completely different taste.
All right. So
this is the Market Garden Brewery, isn't it?
yeah, it was probably really annoying us chewing really loudly, but whatever.
I'll just be over here chewing.
Yeah.
Sorry for chewing.
So on my if you watch my only one video that I had before is I'd like to do an Ohio Spotlight. So whether it be a bourbon, a whiskey, a beer, whatever it might be, but today we're gonna focus on our on Market Garden Brewery, which is a beer. This one specifically is called Nano. So it's OG lager. So it's a throwback of how beer was brewed in America. It's going to be similar to your Bud Light, Miller Lite, Budweiser, anything like that. So Market Garden is it's actually right across from the West Side Market if you've ever been in Cleveland. It's on West 25th.
West 25th, but isn't there a way you can see the brewery as well? Is that West 24th right next door?
Yeah, right next door. They had their actual brewery on West 24th. So.
And their logo here, is this not the Art Deco statue on the Lorraine Street Bridge or the Detroit Street Bridge? But you might notice that this is the inspiration for the new Cleveland baseball team,
Cleveland
the
Guardians. Absolutely.
Yep. OG Lager, 4.3 alcohol by volume. We're doing the 12 fluid ounces today. Brewed and canned in sunny, beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. How do we taste this one?
Chug it.
We're doing a chug?
No, we're not going to chug.
We're not doing a chug. We're not doing a chug. Okay.
So
pop her open?
Yeah, I mean we're just gonna taste it and kind of describe what you think it tastes like, and
don't worry, we won't chug it off camera either.
We might do a shotgun. I'm not allowed to do beer bongs anymore. So.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm not gonna chew this one.
Very light, very fruit forward. I think it's very light. I mean, it tastes just like you're drinking a Miller Lite or Bud Light or Budweiser. It really does.
Oh, it is a throwback to how beer was brewed in America over 100 years ago.
Yeah, how do you think I got that?
I was alive 100 years ago, but I've been drinking beer for, well, I can't tell you how many years I've been drinking beer. Well, they can see the grace in my beard. Yeah, quite a beer though. Quite a beer. Quite a company. It's very become very popular in the Cleveland area.
Also, there's another brewery right across the street.
Great Lakes Brewing Company.
Yeah, absolutely.
The original.
Yeah. Yeah.
So West 25th is a really nice spot if you want to kind of bounce around between brewery and brewery. And this one, it's an OG lager, not really too overcomplicated, not fussy. Would you call this a session beer? You can drink a couple of these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been really getting into bourbons lately, but when it comes to beer, I kind of like the light lagers or the lighter beers. I guess because I can drink more of them.
Well, I just drank a beer earlier today when I first walked in, and I said, "Wow, this beer tastes terrible." I wanted to tell you what that one is, but this one is much more satisfying, clean, crisp, refreshing. Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Excellent. So that concludes our episode today. Again, it's Bourbons and Ales CLE, and what is yours?
Oh, I'm at Market Fund 2K.
Okay.
That's right.
Excellent. So if you want some bourbon and beer advice, you follow mine. If you want some financial advice, you follow Nick.
Just for entertainment value.
Yeah.
Don't let me lose you money.
Yeah. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is live. We're just having some fun. We're just hanging out, drinking some beers and drinking some bourbon. So cheers.
Cheers.
Have a great night, everybody.
Bye. Stop.